Well, you clicked on this video for a reason, and that reason is because your higher self has a message for you. Now, whether you want to believe in that or not, what it really is energy. It's just energy. But this video found you for a reason, and that's why you're here. That is truly why you clicked on it. So, this is the message, okay? The message: there are a lot of us on planet Earth right now who have significant amount of suffering, primarily in our childhood. We have unearthed so much of this suffering that we have transmuted into positive change in our life, change in our beliefs, our relationships, our career choices, maybe our passions, what it is we feel called to do in this lifetime. All of that's shifting around and changing. One of the biggest things that's happening is relationships are kind of you're kind of like in your last, I guess, stage of the relationship dynamic of trauma and abuse. So your relationship may be ending right now. Two different dynamics. One, maybe with just an extreme narcissistic, abusive, psychopathic, sociopathic partner, or one where you finally see your unhealed parts and now get to venture on and journey on into healing those parts of yourself. And you're actually letting this, maybe this is the first time you walked away from a relationship. Maybe this is the first time that you've been walked away from in a relationship, but it's out of love. There is no hate. There is no animosity. It's just pure love. Or like I said, on the flip side, you are finally leaving the extreme abuse, which is going to end that cycle for you. Because then through this pain, through this suffering, you're transmuting it into becoming a better version of who you are, which is more in alignment with the reason you came here. To help consciousness raise its vibrational frequency. That's why you're here. You're here to serve other. And you get to do that because of the suffering that you endured, primarily in childhood. The sexual abuse that I endured, the physical, the mental, all the neglect, those kinds of things. I had a very narcissistic mother who made me mule certain things for her. I was on my own at a very young age. My father is a registered sex offender. First degree. And my environment when I was a young child was intensely abusive. There's a lot of suffering that happened to me in my life. That suffering created a version of me that was acting from fear. And, narcissistic tendencies is the ego trying to keep you safe. That younger self saying, if they ever found out that I'm not enough, if they ever found out the shame that I have from the abuse, they'll never love me. I'm unlovable. And so the message from your higher self is really saying, trust that all the suffering is not for you to be a victim of the suffering, for you to live as a victim, but for you to evolve, expand, and grow. Because that experience is what makes you capable, more than capable. You don't need a degree. You don't need some lavish accolade on the wall saying that you've done or accomplished this thing for you to be able to help someone else. So you have to start unlearning the trauma so that you don't continue to act from it. Because that's fear-based. Right now, you need to walk in your authenticity. You need to own the things that have happened to you. In your meditations, you need to be honest with who you are. You can't hide from the universe in your subconscious mind. You can't outwit that. It's all-knowing. It knows everything about you more than you know about you. It can see the future steps in the infinite amount of timelines that if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. If you trust, some suffering's going to be, coming your way. But on the other side of that, that's your power. That's how you're going to be able to help other people, transmuting your suffering into light, love, and guidance for other individuals so that you can help them through. It's what allows you to be empathetic. It's what allows you to be truly understanding. And it's what allows you to start loving yourself through that. But we are all becoming something new right now in this stage of awakening, you can say, or the consciousness shift and expansion, the higher level of understanding. And so that's really all this message is to know that your suffering is not for no reason. And it was not for no reason. Those things happened for you, not to you, so that you could transmute that energy into kindness, into compassion, into love, into understanding, into being able to build community and really accept your authentic self. Because it doesn't matter what anybody thinks anymore. I mean, it never should have, but now more than ever. There's so much fake online that truth almost doesn't even exist anymore. But outside of that screen, you don't really know what's real. And so if you are someone who feels that call toward the expansion and the evolution and consciousness and the awakening, consider yourself a light worker, whatever it may be. You are here to transmute all the suffering from childhood, from teenagehood to adulthood, all the things that happened for you. Those were all lessons and experiences that really created who you are. I'm sure you have amazing perspicacity. I'm sure you're very good at reading energy. And I'm sure that you have one thing that many people don't: empathy and emotional intelligence. Being able to read people is going to outwit any kind of language that's verbal. Energy never lies. Remember that. That feeling that you feel about the people who should and shouldn't be in your life, that's very real. And you need to start listening to that. And you have to trust the process and know that you are protected divinely. There's no time to really waste on being fake anymore. Because the truth is inevitably just not going to be allowed to be hidden anymore. We're moving into that age. And the truth will set you free. And so that's why I'm here. I'm ready to share the things that have happened for me in my life, that have created the man that I am right now in this moment, making this video. And so this message comes from your higher self. We all have an energetic frequency that is tapped in, turned on, and tuned to this universal consciousness of the all-knowing, the quantum field. It's just nothing but waves, energies, frequencies, and this mass expansion of all that is. We all have access to that. As I'm talking to you in this video, it's just kind of flow. I didn't really think of what I was going to say other than the fact that I had an idea of why we all had to suffer so much and why we suffer in general. Because there's actually an extreme amount of power in that suffering. But the power can only be transmuted and really reframed and given back outward positively and in love if you do the work. You're not a victim. You are not. And I sit here and I say that as someone who, here's what I want to say. Someone who is a victim. I've given myself the right to have been a victim. What happened to me should not have happened to me. I should not have had men touch me inappropriately the way that they did. But it happened. And I was a victim. And I gave myself to be that victim. But I am no longer the victim, because acting from victimhood created a character that was hiding, that was afraid, that was narcissistic, that had to lie about all of everything that he was doing, the gear that I was on, the lying, the cheating, the manipulation, all of it. What was I hiding from? I was hiding from the idea that if anyone ever found out that I truly wasn't enough, that these things happened to me, no more. No more hiding. It is not what happened to you, because things happen for you. I fully believe that. Someone called it poetic justice, because things need to happen for other things to happen. And my suffering is my greatest superpower. Those things that happened to me built a perspicacity that you wouldn't even believe I have. It built an awareness, and it was the catalyst to creating a monster of a man who was hiding from who he truly was. And so I'm here now, ready to share and to open up the wisdom that I have and the things that I know unapologetically. And either you're here for it or you're not. And either way, I love you even if you oppose me, because that's all there is. Your suffering happened for a reason. You didn't choose the suffering. Not in the way you think. Give yourself permission to have been a victim, but know that you are not a victim, and you don't need to still live from that story of this happened to me. All you're doing is reinforcing that shame and reinforcing the punishment of that victimhood of what happened to you. You're no longer the victim. And that's where you need to start coming from. And you need to transmute that energy into something for other. We all have something to offer this world, whatever it may be. It's in you. I know you can see it in your mind. And so take little steps of becoming the person that you want to become every single day. Start with this video. Start tonight, right now. Start whenever you see this video. Just start. Make that your starting point. It could be anything. If you made it this far into this video, then you are the one who needed this video. And you need to heed what's in this video. You need to take it serious. Love, light, unity, compassion, empathy. These are the things that we need to start embodying and sharing. And you do that by accepting that the suffering happened for you, not to you, and then transmute that suffering into being able to serve other people. Be a light in the dark. Because there's a lot of people in the dark. And you can help them navigate certain things because of your experience. You can see blind sides. You can see things that they can't see. Now, you can't heal anybody and you can't force anybody to do anything. But you can be a healer, which is someone who shows someone else how to heal. A healer doesn't heal anybody. You don't get that credit. Sorry. We don't heal nobody. We heal ourselves. And through that, we get to heal other people because we can show them how to heal. And so if you found value in this video, I would appreciate it if you subscribed, share my content. If anything resonated with you in this, I urge you to chop it up and share it on your platforms because people need these kinds of messages. And this is a message from your higher self. Thank you so much for being here. Peace, love, and namaste.